Coming up, a look at a refurbished standard room at Disney's All-Star Movies Resort.
Hello friends, David here from Beyond the Kingdoms, and welcome to day 3 of Hotel Week. So far, we've looked at a deluxe villa resort and a moderate. So that means it's time to look at a value hotel. Now, a lot of fans, myself included, will hail Pop Century as the best value resort at Disney World. But sometimes you just gotta focus on the bottom line and book the cheapest room available, which is usually at an All-Star. But in my humble opinion, if you're gonna stay in an All-Star, you should definitely go with All-Star Movies. I particularly like the characters and films featured here, and this resort has now refurbished every single room, and they look great. So let's start with a quick overview.
Disney's All-Star Movies Resort opened on January 15th, 1999, almost 5 years after All-Star Sports and All-Star Music opened, making it the third and final value hotel of the trio to open its doors to guests. And this resort is themed to a collection of hit Disney films, ranging from Fantasia to 101 Dalmatians and Toy Story. Now, All-Star Movies sits at the very end of Buena Vista Drive on the southern end of Walt Disney World property, officially in the Animal Kingdom resort area. But it's also just as close to Disney's Blizzard Beach water park. Like all of the other values, amenities and room options are simple and to the point here. Every single room is pretty much the same and will accommodate a group of 4. But the rooms were completely refurbished recently, matching the new style and layout seen at Pop Century. All of the amenities are located inside or near Cinema Hall, which is the resort's main lobby. There's a store right next to reception called Donald's Double Feature, and the main quick service restaurant, World Premier Food Court. And just outside of that is a pool bar known as Silver Screen Spirits, just a few steps away from the resort's main feature pool, themed to the animated classic Fantasia. There's also a second, quieter pool located just down the path in the Mighty Ducks area as well. And when it's time to head to the parks, you can use Disney's bus service to get to any destination on property. It's about a 15-minute ride to the Magic Kingdom, 10 minutes to either Epcot or Hollywood Studios, and just a little under 10 minutes if you're traveling to Animal Kingdom. Overall, the All-Stars is your best option if you want to keep things within a tight budget, but still within the Disney bubble. But I've always enjoyed All-Star Movies the most, simply because of the animated films featured throughout the entire resort.
Whether you're a group of 2, 3, or 4, the new and improved standard rooms at All-Star Movies are a great place to crash at after a really long day in the parks. Now, originally, these rooms were set up for that traditional family of 4, with 2 adults and 2 kids. But I think that original setup of 2 double beds was not really comfortable if you had at least 3 adults. So I think this upgrade to the 2 queen beds was really necessary. And don't worry, the cute Disney touches are still there for the young at heart. So let's take a deeper look at these new standard rooms.
Every single room at All-Star Movies looks pretty much the same, and the new updates are almost identical to Pop Century Resort. Carpets have been ripped out, adjustments have been made in the bathroom area, and the beds have been upgraded to 2 queen beds instead of 2 doubles, which I think was a much needed improvement. Now, just like the standard rooms at the other 2 All-Stars and Pop Century, These rooms are among the smallest at Disney World, at 260 square feet. If you want to go one step up from that, the standard rooms at all 4 moderates sit at 314 square feet. That is, except for the rooms inside Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs, which come in at 400 square feet, bigger than some deluxe rooms, believe it or not. So this room at All-Star Movies is designed for that park-heavy group that will spend minimal time in the room and dedicate the majority of their vacation to being inside the parks. Now, one of the new upgrades I like is this little food and beverage station that has a mini fridge at the bottom and good counter space with a basic coffee machine on top. Like I said before, in terms of bed arrangements, you have 2 queen-size beds here. The standard one on the end, and the small dining area that converts into the second Murphy bed. For the record, these are much more comfortable than your basic sofa bed. The mattress is identical to the regular bed and just as comfortable. And these have a few cute touches to them, featuring Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Now on each side of the beds, you'll have a small nightstand that come equipped with plug sockets and USB ports. If you need a place to store some luggage, the main bed is nice and high and has plenty of space underneath. The set of drawers under the new flat screen TV is where you can store some clothing and where you'll find the room safe. Just big enough for a laptop and a few other essentials. And then there is the bathroom area, where there's a single sink and a good amount of cubby holes to store all of your toiletries. And next to that is the toilet and a typical shower tub combo. I'd like to point out that the pocket doors have also really improved space in this area. Now, if you need an accessible room, you can book a standard room here at All-Star Movies with either a roll-in shower or a bathroom that has extra rails to do your transfers. These rooms will usually have a king-size bed instead of the 2 queen beds. And of course, there are rooms with hearing accessibility features as well. I have to admit, it's a tight fit in these standard rooms, but these new improvements have really elevated the resort and will make your stay much more comfortable. As usual, allow me to explain the different room categories at All-Star Movies for today's quick tip. Like I said before, every single room at All-Star Movies is pretty much the same, and they all fit up to 4 people. But when it comes time to book your room, you'll see a few different categories which will place you in specific areas across the resort. So let's break that down further. If you book a standard room at this resort, you'll either be in the Love Bug section at the back of the resort, or the Mighty Ducks area on the north side. If you book a standard room with a pool view, you'll be given a room in this section facing the quiet pool. The standard view option will either put you on the back side of these buildings or anywhere in the Love Bug section. A preferred room means you'll be located in either the 101 Dalmatians area, the Toy Story buildings, which is perhaps the most popular, or the Fantasia section. Now, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's worth paying the extra money for a preferred room. Because in reality, you could get a standard room in the Love Bug section that's almost as close to Cinema Hall as a room in 101 Dalmatians. It really depends on your exact room location. I think preferred rooms are more valuable at the moderate resorts, or the larger deluxes like Old Key West or Saratoga Springs. If you book a preferred room with a pool view, you'll be located in one of the Fantasia buildings facing the main feature pool. But things can get a little loud in this area, So again, I say avoid these extra upcharges. This is just another way Disney will squeeze more money out of you. Save that for some souvenirs or snacks. My quick tip is to really do your homework, because the price of something like a preferred pool view could fall in line with a standard room at Pop Century, which has Skyliner access to 2 parks. Unless someone in the group is dying to stay in a specific section of All-Star movies like the Toy Story area, stick to the basics. Call in any special request and just see where you land. This really is just a room at the end of the night.
To wrap up today's video, let's take a look at some of the amenities offered at All-Star movies, starting with the pool.
The Fantasia pool is the resort's main feature pool, and naturally located in between the 2 Fantasia buildings right behind Cinema Hall, which are inspired by both the original 1940 classic and Fantasia 2000. Now there are no fancy slides here, this is just a basic pool for a fun dip. But since I have extra time today, allow me to point out the smaller details that you'll find here at this resort and other hotels at Disney World. First, you'll find some towels right as you enter the pool area. No need to pack one from home or bring a towel from the room. Little ones who are still learning to swim can use one of the complimentary life vests also found near the entrance. These usually come in 3 different sizes. And if you or someone in your group uses a wheelchair, there are 2 different access points to the pool. There's a specially designated set of steps at the back end, and some transfer chairs. Now, just next to the main pool is a water play area for the toddlers. I wouldn't call this a splash pad per se, just a simple play area with some jets. The resort's second pool, the Ducks Pond, is the quieter of the 2 and located in between the 2 Mighty Duck buildings. Like the main pool, you'll find some towels here, life vest, and transfer chairs. Now there's one more feature at both pools that I'd like to point out. Both a laundry and locker room. If you need to do some laundry on your vacation, every single resort has a laundry room that you can use. At the All-Stars, they're located by each pool. And next to that is a locker room. Now the showers were closed during my stay because of the pandemic, but if your trip is further down the line, these can really come in handy if you decide to enjoy the pool on your checkout day. In the past, I've done this and did a quick costume change before driving home. In terms of other forms of recreation, there is a running trail that is shared between all 3 All-Star resorts and a mile long. And of course, inside Cinema Hall, there is an arcade right next to the resort's shopping and dining options. The world premiere food court is open for all 3 meals of the day and serves traditional theme park fare from burgers to pizza. Mobile food order is available here and currently the preferred way to go when getting your food. Just down the hall is the resort's main gift shop, Donald's Double Feature, where you can pick up some classic souvenirs to essentials like a few snacks or things like suntan lotion if you forgot to pack some. And just outside of the store is the resort's bus stop, where you can catch a complimentary bus to all 4 parks, Disney Springs, and the water parks. All in all, All-Star Movies is the way to go if you want to keep things cheap and cheerful for your Disney vacation, when a room is simply a place to crash at the end of the day. And I must say that the refurbishments to these rooms have certainly improved the resort by a long shot. These rooms are much more comfortable now for a traditional group of 4.
Well, friends, that concludes my quick tour of the new and improved rooms here at All Star Movies. Like I said before, if you just need to keep within a really tight budget, the All Stars will always be your cheapest option, still within the Disney bubble. But I always have preferred All Star Movies over the rest. Now this means tomorrow will be the big finale of Hotel Week. We're actually going to go to the complete opposite end of the price scale and look at Disney's newest hotel, the Riviera Resort. You really don't want to miss this one. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Please take care of each other, and remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.